Welcome back, everybody. This is Mark with ExoticCar PlayPlace, and today I want to welcome you to a video that I'm making, basically showing you some of the comments. I've got some comments, both good and some negative comments. These are highlights from the last, I would say year and a half of filming, and some of the highlight comments that I found. And there's some humorous ones in here, and I think I need to share that with you, and you let me know what you think at the end of all this. But please be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and stick around after this video, and be sure to catch all my new videos. So here we go, let's get started. So my first comment comes from Mr. Black Monster 99, and his comment is, "The most boring fag on YouTube." Well, how can you possibly know that, Mr. Black Monster 99? How can you possibly tell I'm the most boring YouTuber this side of the Rocky Mountains? Well, my comment was, how could you possibly know that, Mr. Attention Deficit Disorder? Thanks for the watch, and I just got paid. So the second comment comes from a Shivan Sharma. Thanks, Shivan Sharma, for this comment. And it goes something like this. Saying you can say it how you want is like saying that if you make mac and cheese, you can call it chicken wings. It is stupid, you faggot. Well, and of course my response was laugh out loud. The third response comes from a Mr. Chris Rodriguez, who says, Canadians, get a Prius, bud, if you can't handle a 4-day supercar? 4-day? Or is it 4-door? We're not sure. The next one comes from a Vince Russo, and I think you'll like this one. So Vince basically says, thumbs up if you also fapped to this video. Fapped and so hard at the sight of a Lamborghini. Normally, when I see a Dodge Viper, I get the insatiable urge to anything with 2 or 4 legs. But with a Lamborghini, I'll just whack my hammer after off to discourage any form of arousal. How do you come up with something like that there, Vince Russo? I like it, it's humorous, but it kind of scares me a little bit too. So the next comment comes from a Mr. Mike Hardy. Hi, Mike Hardy. His comment basically states along the lines of the cost, because I was talking in one of my videos about the cost for insurance and maintenance on a Porsche. Well, his response to that is as follows. Get an old Miata. It's about $160 per month, including insurance, and your penis size really is not questioned with this car. Yeah, but the problem is you have to drive a Miata, and that's the big part of this problem. And that's why, you know what, I'll pay double the money. But thanks anyway, Mark Hardy. That's a great comment. The next comment comes from a Mr. Poison Friendly Snakebite. Doesn't sound too inviting, but anyway, his comment goes along the lines of, there's a dipstick looking for a dipstick. Who the hell cares? I know he's making reference to my M5 video where I referenced that the M5 does not have a dipstick. Whew, I'm glad he called me a dipstick and not a dipshit. Thanks, Mr. Poison Friendly Snakebite. The next one comes from a fine gentleman by the name of Goonie Goo Goo. Goonie Goo Goo, well, he says he's correcting me on my pronunciation of Porsche. Well, originally, if you watch some of my videos, you'll know that I referred to Porsche as Porsche. That's just the way I've always talked about. Well, along with that, he is going with the comment of pronounced Porsche, you hillbilly. If you're going to on a public forum and talk about Porsche as a so-called authority, then pronounce it correctly. Porsche. Thanks, Mr. Goonie Goo Goo. And Andre Cubano Next says, stop talking so much. Okay, Mr. Andre Cubano, let's talk about that. Apparently you have issues with talking and opening up. But anyway, I digress. Let's move on. The next person, a Mr. or Mrs., and forgive me if I'm getting this wrong, HaDree Sayafrian. His face looks like an M5 tire. Well, I hope it's a racing slick and not a winter tire. I mean, I wouldn't really take too much offense to that. So anyway, thanks again, Mr. HaDree. Appreciate the commentary. That's pretty sweet of you. Thanks again. Let's move this right along. So I'm going to finish this whole discussion on a high note. So those are my top highlighted videos that I thought I'd pick out and kind of a little bit of entertainment there. I'm going to finish on a highlight here. It's 3 of the most positive videos that I've had. One comes Fraser Van Dusen. So thanks, Fraser. I definitely appreciate the positive commentary. And I'm going to reach out and give you a plug here. But basically, Fraser says, views aren't high, but I definitely subscribed and loved the video. Very good, helpful information. Don't be discouraged, brother. More content when you have the time, please. And thanks. Thanks again, Fraser. That was great. That really helps boost the ego. So thanks again, and we'll definitely be making more videos along the same line. The next one comes from Augie The Great One. And Augie The Great One says, shows page and breakdown. I was referencing the Lamborghini insurance, and he basically summarized that by saying, great coverage, AAA1. Alright, thanks Augie The Great One. I definitely appreciate that. Again, another vote of confidence. And that's the point. In my videos, I do try to get to the point. I usually give a little history and lead up, but if you stick around in my videos, there's usually a reason the video exists. So now, last comment comes from a gentleman by the name of GTR38. I'm assuming this gentleman is 38 years of age. I'm assuming he loves the Nissan GTR. However, his comment states on one of my Lamborghini videos that he says, I have to get a Lamborghini. Well, thanks, Mr. GTR38. I can appreciate your comment on that. And you know what? I had a lot of other cars that I'd rather buy before I actually drove one. And rest assured, when I say that once I test drove the Lamborghini, I didn't want any of those other cars. So if you choose the Lamborghini over a GTR, I think that's a great choice. Thanks again on the comment there, Mr. GTR38, and come again back soon. In summary, I'd like to thank everybody for coming by again. That's a short video just talking about some of the highlight videos I have, and I've had basically over the course of the last year and a half. I definitely will be putting on many more of these types of videos. And this video really, in a sense, is the beginning of a series of videos. Now, if you look at my YouTube channel, please check out the YouTube channel. Tag on it. You'll find there will be a separate section that I am highlighting regarding weekly discussions. So I'm going to be posting a video, general discussions just like this one today, every week, Monday evenings. You can find my next video on these discussions. The rest of my channel continues on. We'll be doing reviews, we'll be doing test drives, car talk. But this Monday evening reviews, we're going to call this the Car Squawk Talk. So come back and enjoy the Squawk Talk. And again, if I can summarize, I hope you enjoyed the video. So again, please like, comment, and subscribe below. Thanks again, and we'll be talking to all you guys real soon. Bye-bye.